Hi, Tiago. This is Mr. Millard. I just wanted to give you a quick example of what annexing zeros is in long division. So let's look at 4b, which was one of our homework problems from last night. How many times does 102 go into 1,377? Well, we know 102 does not... where'd my pen go? We know that 102 does not go into 1. We know 102 does not go into 13. We do know it goes into 137, probably one time. Okay, so 1 times 102 is 102. Then we subtract. 7 minus 2 is 5. 3 minus 0 is 3. I'm left with 35. I cannot take any more out of 35. No more groups of 102. So that passes my check. And I bring down the next number, which is a 7. How many times does 102 go into 357? It goes in about 3 times. 3 times 102 is 306, and I'm sure you could figure that out if you were given the right amount of time. So I'm just kind of going through this quickly. I subtract. 7 minus 6 is 1. We've got 5. I cannot take another group of 102 out of 51, so that means it passes the check, and I'm ready to bring down. The problem here is that I've got this 51 here that is a remainder, and I don't have any more numbers to bring down. So what am I going to do? That's when we annex zeros. We add a decimal point to the right side of 1,377 and put a 0. Because 1,377.0 is really the same number. And now I've got a 0 that I can bring down. And now I can take 102 out of 510. I can see how many times it goes in. It's going to go in 5 times. 5 times 102 is actually 510. And then I just need to make sure that that decimal point I added in the dividend, I move up to the quotient, straight up. And now I've got my answer, which is no longer a remainder, it's a decimal. If I had stopped the problem earlier, the answer would have been 13 and 51 over 102, right? I would get that because I've got my 13 up here, and I had a remainder of 51 right here before I started annexing zeros. So 13 and 51 over 102 is actually the same as 13 and 5/10, just another way to write it. I hope this helps a little bit. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. Later.